Hey guys, welcome to the Roundtable Episode 1. My name's Alpha Shade,
And I'm Silver Bubs.
and today we're going to be talking about some streaming recommendations going back to the basics. So, as you all know, streaming is a little bit difficult, a little bit more difficult than you may think. There's a lot of different things that a lot of people may not think about, a lot of different programs.
Way more settings that you would think of. It
Yeah,
seems daunting. A lot of the basic settings, though, work for most people.
a plug and play is not as easy as you may think. You can't just click a button, say download this program, click start streaming, and bam, you're on the internet. It doesn't work like that.
No.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about different platforms that you can use, different programs you can use, some of the things that we've seen, that we've heard of, and just go over a little bit of those and let you know a little bit of insight of kind of things that we've learned over the past year or so. So I don't know if
Yeah,
Bubs,
I
if you want to
mean,
hit on one.
yeah, I mean, I know when I first started up, I had no idea what was happening. I didn't know how to set up like anything in the programs. I didn't even know what programs to use. I had no idea. I was fortunate enough that when I started, Shady already stumbled through absolutely everything. He was already going for like 4 months at
Yeah.
the time when I started. And he's like, "Look, try this out. This is what I've been using. It's good." And I'll try something, and it was good, or it was bad, it was crap. I mean, it was, who knows, right? I found something, and I think even right now we're using different programs to
Yep.
date. And
Sure.
simply just because I got super familiar with mine and it's working, he got good and familiar with one, and then I think it's personal preference. I actually don't want to say one's better than the other. And honestly, we do
Hmm.
similar content. So I'm very comfortable with mine and he's comfortable with his. Some of them do use a little more, resources than others. But I mean, for the most
Yep.
part, I don't know. I think there's two or three really good programs out there, to be honest. And we're just gonna touch base on just where we feel people should kind of start, where you should start with programs, where you should start with sites, where just the basics. This is not going to be write down these exact websites or anything. We want to give you guys a good overview if you feel like getting started. So
Yeah, you could always take to Google and just type in how to stream, but that may lead you in a big circle. So let's start it right off. So everyone's probably heard of open broadcasting software. That's probably your most basic one. Where that's going to get you is to a nice screen that's going to lead you into a state of confusion.
yeah,
Um,
it like you're saying. The thing about this is we're not going to try and dive into them too far. But OBS, it's like you open it up and there's just a blank canvas. It
mhm.
sounds great, right? If you know what you're looking at. If you don't know what you're looking
Yep.
at, it gets a little daunting. There's a ton of videos out there. I mean,
Yep.
we're not saying that we're going to be the guys that you can come to for absolutely everything. We're hoping that you'll come and ask us
Yeah.
questions. But OBS is a very good starting point for sure. Definitely.
Yep. The one that I use, and like I said, is going to be very basic, and Bubs will hit on his as well. I use one from Stream Elements, which is another platform for streaming,
Yeah.
and it does help guide you through a lot of it. Is called OBS.live. It's just an add-on to OBS, and they run a website as well that helps you set up overlays for your stream. It helps you set up alerts. It helps you with pretty much anything and everything that you could think of. It does have a chat bot included as well, similar to Streamlabs, that you could help set up with commands and stuff like that. So if you are looking to get into streaming, OBS, like we said, is plain Jane, nothing on it, no overlays, no nothing. Stream Elements, Streamlabs, those two softwares, and the OBS Live and Streamlabs OBS are your go-to for
Those are two
starting.
different programs, OBS
Two different
and
programs.
Streamlabs OBS. They
Yes.
feel similar. They look completely different. They interact.
Hmm.
They have two different companies kind of took over
Yep.
the
And
development behind their
OBS,
version.
Streamlabs OBS actually originated pretty much way before. Well, it was OBS first, but Streamlabs
Yep.
OBS was the original like add-on.
Yep.
Hey, we have everything you need kind of
We have
program.
this, but it's a little bit more of a. It's
Yep.
almost a little bit more GUI, like a little bit more user friendly. So if you want something
Hmm.
that's, it does use more resources, as I was saying. So if
Hmm.
you want something that's a little bit lighter, stick
Yeah.
with your OBS and your Stream Elements. If you want something a little bit heavier, but a little bit better GUI, a little bit. It feels clunky if once you get super familiar with everything. But a
Yeah.
good starting one though is definitely going to be Stream Elements OBS. Like there's more out there, but Stream Elements, OBS, or Streamlabs OBS. Quick, simple, very lots of support out there. Definitely.
So integrations for both of them real quick, just because I did look into this recently. Streamlabs and Stream Elements both support, and here's where we get into your platforms for streaming. Facebook gaming, Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube gaming. It is it still YouTube gaming? I don't know.
So.
They changed their name more than most people change their underwear, so I'm not sure. So,
Yeah.
but I think Mixer is adding, or not Mixer, Streamlabs is adding in functionality for YouTube gaming as we speak. I don't know if they have it just yet, and I think Stream Elements is adding in functionality for Facebook gaming. So that's where you weigh your pros and cons for each, depending on which platform of your choosing that you're going to be looking at streaming to. So you have to take that into account as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you definitely look at those, like Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, YouTube, top 4 in my opinion, not in that order, just any order. It's wherever you get onto. I mean, you can definitely find a place for you on pretty much any of them. Like, I'm not going to say go to Twitch if you're playing these games, go to Mixer if you're playing those. It's just
doesn't matter where you go now.
If you're interested in streaming, you've already been interested in watching other people. I know that. So whichever one you're comfortable at going to, try and stay there. I mean, you already know that some of your favorite guys are over there. I mean, like us. But you basically have to go to one, stick with one, learn it, because once you learn one and you're familiar with it, it's easier if you want to transition to a different one in the future. I mean, I'm still on Twitch primarily. I have no reason to change. I'm not like, oh, I got to follow this guy, or I got to go and do that, or I've heard this is way better. You know what? I might move over there sometime. I might not. So far, loving Twitch, loving the way that everything works for me. Every site, every platform has an issue right now. Doesn't matter what it is. There's something minor that you won't like. It's simple as that.
We're not going to talk about my past with platforms, but we'll leave it at that.
I was just going to say, actually, like Shady, he did try Mixer for a bit, and he's primarily on Twitch still. I mean, for the last year and a bit that he's been doing it, for almost a year now, I've been on Twitch as well. And this is us slowly kind of saying, hey, let's give a handout to people and say, it doesn't really matter where you start. Don't follow what everyone is saying. Try them out for yourself. Don't do a few at the same time. Little mini stuff written into the contract saying that it's going to cause problems if you mix and do both at once, and don't do dual streaming. It's all big no-nos, just basic information over the top. So
yeah, and that's one thing I'd like to point out, because I actually logged into Streamlabs the other day, and Bubs, you may notice this if you log into your Streamlabs account, but one of the big things that pops up now is, hey, check out Restream, where you could restream to numerous. Whoa, hold on. Let's back this up a little bit, because the second that you become affiliated on Twitch, we'll say, because we're familiar with Twitch, you can't do that. You can't restream to another site.
It's against the TOS. It's the biggest thing.
It breaks the terms of service. And so regardless of what platform you're on, taking your content and putting it on another site at the same time while you're live, regardless of what platform you're streaming to, it's against the terms of service. So we would advise, just don't do it.
Stick with one. Pick one, stick with it. I mean, you know, as basic as information as this might sound, like, you might feel like nothing's happening at one. I should try the other. Stick with one, because you don't know. Maybe someone like had you turned on, they were kind of watching and it's like, doesn't want to talk yet. There's a lot of people that do that, so don't get discouraged instantly. It's definitely, check them
some
out.
people. We know some people that have had clips seen by some people that are pretty big streamers. We know some people that are doing pretty good in terms of streaming, and the streaming is difficult. You know, one of the things that I've learned, and Bubs obviously has learned it as well, is you really do have to treat this as kind of like a second career, as a second job. You know, if you're looking at it as coming in,
have fun with it, but be professional with it as well. Making a decision shouldn't just be on a whim. Like, let's just you know, like, let's do this, let's do that. Try to think about what it'll do in the long run for you.
Yeah, you don't want to be starting your stream up wearing something that you wouldn't be caught wearing when you're visiting friends.
Like if you're heading out and you're gonna go to, you know, just going to the mall or whatever, just throw on generic respectable clothing. Like, I mean, you know, I wear this when I head out sometimes. It's wear stuff that's comfortable, wear stuff that is, it doesn't have to be to the general public appealing, but what you are comfortable in, because that's what you're doing. I don't care if you wear, you know, like makeup and black hair and piercings and you have a goth look going, or whatever term you want to call your dress up style. Just wear what you're comfortable wearing, because that's what you're doing. You're streaming because you want people to know you.
I have
wigs.
Streaming
for you.
I have wigs.
He wears wigs.
I do.
That's what he's wearing right now.
No, yeah, we're not. I'm not gonna. I have to leave it on. All right. So another little general recommendation, kind of thing that I've seen, just from, and Bubs, we've talked about this before. Generally, streamers with cameras have a better response from viewers. People like to see someone with a camera. It gives that interaction feeling. You don't need if you're just starting streaming, wow, can't talk. You don't need a $3,000 DSLR camera. You can go out, you can buy a Logitech C920, which is exactly what I'm using here. And you could use that. It's about $49 right now, I think.
American.
And you could, American dollars, yes. And you could stick that in the bottom of your scene and go to town. You don't need a fancy green screen. You don't need a ginormous animated border around it, anything like that.
But here's the thing, that stuff, like if you go back to any of our VODs over the last year, basically, C920 has been what we have for 75 to 80% of all of our stuff.
Yep.
The big thing is we're going to get a little bit more into like specific hardware recommendations, but like I have a camera here, I have a camera here, I have other smaller ones set up now, and it's not like I'm a big time streamer, but I'm having fun and I'm trying out new things. We recommend don't spend the thousands of dollars right away. Granted, the quality is not the same as you're going to see on some of your big time streamers, because it's a $3,000 camera.
Exactly.
When I started, I didn't have $3,000 into my whole setup. I don't know about Shady, but I didn't even have $3,000 into the whole setup. Why would I put that into one piece, one peripheral? And
nope, I didn't have that either.
Really, all it's changing is a visual on a camera. Well, if you have no viewers, no one's looking at it yet. Have fun with it. If you have a C920, if you look at these two comparisons right now, pretty much the same. I do run a DSLR as of only the last month or so, just to see if it's any better, but it's a mid-grade one. So, I mean, the quality is actually pretty close to the same. You can't even really tell, but that's settings and that's hardware and that's absolutely everything. So right now, we recommend just stick with a good basic, and we'll touch a base on that. And if you guys want specific, you know, hardware recommendations, a little bit of a breakdown, I mean, ask us. We'll let you know what we thought of whatever we have.
Yeah. So pretty much with streaming, you have, like we said, you have the three main software packages. You have general, OBS, which it's great for recording. For streaming wise, you could put your stream key in there from any of the big platforms. You can set up static overlays. You can set up animated overlays that you're hosting from your computer, stuff like that.
You don't even need to use overlays right off the bat either.
Yeah, you don't really need to. You could set up a game capture and screen capture. You're fine. There is no chat bot that comes with OBS. One of the things that we forgot, chatbot, Nightbot. So if you're looking for just a standalone chatbot, you could use Nightbot. There we go. Forgot about that. If you want kind of an all-inclusive package, Stream Elements and Streamlabs. Those are your two main ones right there. Bubs had hit on it. Streamlabs, a little bit more clunky, we'll say, in the beginning. Once you get used to it, it's
an all-in-one, so you can do all of it in one, which is why I still use Streamlabs OBS. It's simple to have everything in one spot, but it's not simple to have it all integrated properly, perfectly. You got to play with settings, and it is a very good starter one though, and like I say, I still use it, so it's good.
Yep, and like I said, I use Stream Elements. I've been using it for a little over a year, and it's all web-based. So if you're more of a web-based kind of person, that may be the one for you. But feel free to check both of them out. They both offer pretty much the same thing, little differences here and there. And don't go all out spending a whole bunch of money on stuff that may not benefit you in the beginning, because like we had said, it may be you, it may be 2 or 3 of your friends, it may be 2 or 3 of your family members. You're not going to click start streaming and have 10,000 people in your stream. Over time, it may happen, but there's other ways to get there. And to get there, you got to figure it out first. So, but that's what people like us are here for, to hopefully help you get there. And, hopefully other people here on YouTube and other people on Twitch and Mixer and Facebook and Did I already say YouTube? Maybe. It's one I seem to forget about a lot. But
Neither of
you
us
know,
have really played with that one, so it's
yeah, we don't dabble in YouTube gaming too much. It's kinda, but so hopefully, with the basic stuff, you kind of understand it. We're not going to dig into the settings because those can get very convoluted, and it's based on your internet, it's based on your PC, it's based on the hardware you have, which we can go more in depth. If you want to post a comment below with some of your PC specs and all of that stuff, we can try to help you with that and see what we can help you with to try to get some of the settings adjusted, etc. Also, feel free to hop into Discord, which we can post a link for, and we can try to help you out with that as well somewhere along the line. I know I can. Bubs can help you with that too. We could try to help you somewhere. So
yeah. I mean, so yeah. So for like, if you're popping into things and you're like, look, I don't know where I'm gonna start, make your account on your Twitch, your Mixer, Facebook, YouTube, whichever one.
Yep.
Download one of those main programs, Streamlabs, OBS, Stream Elements. Make your accounts, get them linked. Start to kind of play with it. Turn it on and play with the overlay, the user interface for it all, just to get a good feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do much to get going. Just get those. That's the basic recommendations I'm gonna say. I think. I don't know. I'm thinking we were talking about. I think our next episode here. I think we're gonna touch base on while you're streaming, you're going to only acquire a certain amount of viewers. While you're live,
Very
because
true.
how many other viewers are out there, or streamers are out there? There's thousands,
Millions.
So
yeah.
how do you get found? How do you get noticed? How do you acquire viewers? Well, either A, you got to be really good at the game and do like esports or competitive stuff. B, you got to make tutorials. Well, that's where you're gonna pop into like YouTube, and people are gonna find you there. Or honestly, what the next one's gonna be about is social media. Getting onto YouTube with just funny clips you've done. Get onto Twitter. Get onto Facebook. Get onto TikTok, depending on what your community is based on.
Yep.
I mean, make social accounts and make separate ones. Make ones based around that. Don't use your personal ones for this. It's just easier to have a separate one. So, like Silver Bubs, I have a Silver Bubs channel that I put some funny clips up. It's very small right now. I'm just kind of getting into it. But I mean, on Twitter, it's Silver Bubs. It's not my personal one. And Alpha Shade's got the same as well. He's got a Twitter, Alpha Shade. It's you can find us quite easily just by using the same name all the time. But that's one of the better ways to grow as well. So that'll be what our next one is going to be about. So yeah, any last words there, Shady?
No, I think we pretty much hit it all. Like I said, if you have questions, feel free to post them. We'll do our best to answer them. And other than that, we look forward to seeing you guys again on the, what is it? What are we going? Every 2 weeks now?
I think we'll do every 2 weeks right now. So from today, do another 2 weeks from today. If we're seeing good growth, if we're seeing that there's actual interest, and we see that you guys are giving us some feedback and you have questions for us, maybe we'll bump it up to every week in a bit. I mean, for now, it's every 2 weeks on the Friday is going to be kind of our main day. So stay tuned. Once again, in about 2 weeks time, we're going to have social media, kind of a basics 101, what we think you should do, how to set it up, stuff like that. So, but until then, you guys take care out there. Shady?
Sounds good. We'll see you on the 31st.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.